How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? As you get ready to listen to this upcoming episode from the Playmakers Blog Podcast, I just want to let you know that you too can get into the podcast journey. It's very simple. It's very easy. All you got to do is jump on Anchor, the one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. It is 100% free and easy to use. And even with Anchor, you can get great sponsors who want to advertise your podcast. That means you can get paid for your podcast right away from Jump Street. So in fact, reading this ad is what I'm doing right now. So if you had the time, if you had the will and determination and the dream to be a podcaster, what you waiting for? Jump on it. Anchor is the way to go. You ready? I'm ready. The Playmakers Bar Podcast present Hoops Talk, hosted by Darnell, the Playmaker Salins. NBA, college basketball, playoffs, March Madness. No matter what, we talking hoops, man. Let's get it. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? This is your boy down at the Playmaker Salins out here in Jacksonville, Florida, bringing you Tuesday's edition of Hoops Talk. Now, this is going to be a very short episode because we're going to mainly focus on the NBA real quickly. We're going to get in a little something of the college basketball world because it's going to be a prelude of what's going to take place tomorrow over on Pipe Bomb Radio. Yeah, I'm getting to that a little later as I close out the show. But like I said, I'm not going to take too much of your time. So let's get into the NBA world here. Now that we have more games to talk about, I must say, for starters, the LA Clippers, who was coming the start of the second half of the season, I believe, fourth behind the Lakers, have not been the same Clippers. I wonder what's going on. Well, first and foremost, Paul George can hit more than 5 shots a game all of a sudden. What's going on with that? Part of those games that he only hit 5 shots came at the hands of a beatdown of the New Orleans Pelicans. That was back on, I believe, Sunday, March 14th, when the Pelicans just gave it. Yep, March 14th. The final score, 135 to 115. Paul George was nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Paul George, 5 for 14 from the field, 1 for 8 from three-point range. Kawhi didn't have a good game that game either on Sunday. 9 for 13, 2 for 4 from 3, 23 points. Your leaders for the Clippers, though, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, were a minus 50 and plus minus. Minus 50. If you're the LA Clippers, you need more than that from your stars. Minus 50 and plus minus. And you get blown out by the New Orleans Pelicans. We know how good Zion is. There's no doubt. Zion Wilson, 27 points. There's no doubt, but he wasn't dominant, though. He only had 5 assists and 2 rebounds. 27 points. Brandon Ingram, who has came on strong, who was the NBA Most Improved Player of the Year last year. 23 points. Okay. Alonzo Ball, 20 points. Hey, let's look at the bench for the Pelicans. Hayes, 17 points. Lewis Jr., 13 points. Hart, 13 points. Already, the bench points already outdo the stars of the Clippers. Reggie Jackson tried to help the Clippers with 18 points. Luke Kennard came off the bench for the Clippers and gave him 15 points. I mean, 15 from Paul George. You need more than that. That's your second best player on the team. You need more than that. This is to show you that what I'm saying is true here. They did came back and beat the Dallas Mavericks. Last night, and 109 to 99. yet again. Let me tell you Paul George stats. Kawhi Leonard led the way. 22 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. He has 4 steals. Kawhi Leonard, 4 steals. That big behind. That's why they call him the Claw. Everybody, all the starters was in double figures, by the way. Nick Batum and Lou Williams came out the bench in double figures. So you had 7 guys in double figures with Clippers. But Paul George, 5 for 18. 2 for 6 from 3-point range. 15 points. What's going on with Paul George here? I need more from Paul George. I mean, Kawhi Leonard didn't shoot well. 9 for 20. That's below 50%. That's below 50% from the field. But him being a call and getting 4 steals helps. It helps when all your stars in double figures and you get 2 more people off the bench in double figures. It helps. But Paul George, where you at? What's going on? We need more from Paul George. Come on, Paul George, where you at? Where you at? Let me look at the standings and let me see if y'all still in 4th place. All right, have y'all dropped that spot? Y'all still in 4th place. But Denver is nothing but 2 games behind you for number 5. Number 2 games behind you for number 5. All right. Wait, what are y'all doing? Y'all better get Paul George together. Come on, Tyronn Lue. This is your team. Get your star players in check. Kawhi Leonard gonna do what Kawhi Leonard does, but if Paul George is starting to be this Paul George that we've been seeing when he was at OKC, we know what we gonna see. Paul George, we understand. Paul George ain't been the same since that injury, going out for the U.S. team. He hasn't been the same since then. But Paul George can still shoot. It's mentally. Something's mentally going on with Paul George. It happens every season. Every season, something mentally goes on with Paul George, and he just goes away. We need Paul George. If the Clippers want to be top contenders, as they were supposed to be last year, you're going to need Paul George. You need more than just Kawhi Leonard. You're going to need more than just Kawhi Leonard. You're going to need Paul George as well. So, Paul George, get it together. They're going to need you. They are going to need you. Speaking of LA, the Lakers. Last night, beat the brakes off the Golden State Warriors. If I remember correct, I'm watching ESPN with Scott Van Pelt. I think it's the first time that Steph Curry has taken 2 ass whoopings from the same team in one season. They have beaten. They beat the Warriors 128-97 last night. Beat their ass. If you don't believe me, first quarter, 29-26, 3-point lead Lakers. Going into halftime after the second quarter, 36-24 Lakers. That's a 12-point difference in the second quarter, so the lead is 15 at halftime. Third quarter, 28-23 Lakers. Add another 5 points. That's 20 going to the fourth quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, 35-24. 11 points for a total of 31. That is your 128-97 score. No matter what Steph Curry did, it didn't matter. LeBron James with another triple-double. Only Macy's like 60 plus triple-double. And the man is still at the age of 37, 38. Playing in his like 16, 17 season. Yeah, LeBron's still doing LeBron things. Steph Curry can do whatever Steph Curry does. But when he scored 27 points out of 97, that means 70 points came from everybody else. LeBron only scored 22 points. And he only scored 22. That ain't even a dent in the total the Lakers scored. 22 out of 128 does not, but 106. The rest of the team scored 106. The rest of the team scored 106. Montrezl Harrell off the bench, 27 points. Tucker, 18 off the bench. Kuzma, 17 off the bench. Caldwell Pope, 14. LeBron had help last night. Steph Curry, 27 points. Oubre, only 12. Wiggins had 15. Draymond Green 2 points. Looney 0. Yo starting center had 0. Yo starting center couldn't score a bucket. Pascal 5 off the bench. Bazemore didn't score. Wiseman only had 7. Steph Curry needed help. Oh, what's the help with Stephen Curry? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found last night. And that's why they got their ass whipped. But nevertheless, the Warriors still are in 10th place in the West, which is a good thing. Remember, people, they're doing it different this year. 7 through 10 will be in the play-in games for each conference. We'll get more than that down the line. It's crazy how they're doing it. But as long as you in the 7 through 10 spot in your conference, you have an opportunity to make the playoffs. But if you're 11 and below, you're done. So right now, the Golden State Warriors still in 10th place in the West. Fine. That means they still have a chance for a play-in. Still a lot of basketball to go, so they have little room for error because the Memphis Grizzlies are only a game behind. Only 1 game behind the Warriors. And you got the Pelicans and the Thunder only 2.5 games behind. It's a lot of basketball to be played now. A lot to be played. But the West is looking interesting. East. Let's look at the East. Brooklyn's been on fire. Philly is on fire. They're nothing but a half a game back. That's because Brooklyn has 13 losses and Philly has 12. But they both have 27 wins. Milwaukee's starting to hit their stride, by the way. That game over the weekend that first game between the Bucks and the Wizards. Shout out to Giannis Antetokounmpo and Russell Westbrook. It's the first time in who knows how long that opposing players both post triple doubles. Both players post triple doubles. So Giannis had a triple double and Westbrook had a triple double. They met again last night and Bucks won down. So the Bucks swept the Washington series in Washington D.C. Now, when did they? Now that's all they played. They played on. The first game was on Saturday, March 13th. The other one was last night. Bucks won both games. Giannis had 33 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists. Russell Westbrook had 42 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. Dueling triple doubles. Giannis took it. Come back to last night. Giannis posted another triple double. 31 points, 15 boards, and 10 assists. Bradley Beal had 37 points. But it wasn't enough because Giannis was a man amongst boys. Oh my gosh. Giannis had 31. Middleton, 23. Lopez, 22. Holiday, 15. Then Vincenzo, 12. Porter came off the bench with 13. Forbes came off the bench with 10. They only played 9 players. The Bucks only played 9 players. Mike Budenholzer only played 9 players. Westbrook had 23 points, 17 assists, only 5 rebounds, though. Hachimura, 22 points, 7 boards, 5 assists. He tried to help. But it just wasn't enough for an 11-point beat at the hands of the Milwaukee Bucks, who are starting to feel themselves now. That could be a scary thing in the East. Not more scary than what the Nets are doing. Not more scary than what Philly is doing. But the Bucks are being scary. Miami Heat found himself in the 4th spot all of a sudden. They starting getting it going. Boston starting to get it going. Charlotte is very entertaining. LaMelo Ball. I don't see anybody catching LaMelo Ball for Rookie of the Year. He was my Rookie of the Year the first half. And if he keeps going the way he's going, I don't see nobody catching him for Rookie of the Year. You might want to go ahead and pencil in LaMelo Ball. There's a lot. I'm going to say pencil in because there's still a lot of basketball to be played. And, unfortunately, some things can happen. Knock on wood. But pencil in LaMelo Ball for Rookie of the Year. I'm just going to say that right now. Right now, Joel Embiid is still in the league for MVP. LeBron will have something to say about that. Dame Dollar will have something to say about that. Luka Doncic will have something to say about that. Giannis, who has one of the who has won back-to-back ones, and the reigning defending MVP, will have something to say about it. But as of right now, it is Joel Embiid's to lose. The Knicks, who are coming off a heartbreaking loss last night to the Nets. I watched that game. And Julius Randle, I understand your argument. I understand your frustration because Kyrie Irving did hit the ball when you were trying to go up for the shot. And you came down with it. Try to drill when they called trapping. I understand the frustration because that was the end of the game. Harden makes his 2 free throws and you didn't have a chance. I understand. But hey, these things happen. Learn from this. Come back stronger. You giving the city of New York City something to cheer about. And we ain't talking about the Brooklyn Nets. We're talking about the New York. We saw Spike Lee at the Barclays Center to watch his Knicks play the Nets. We saw Spike Lee. People are believing in this New York Knicks team. Tom Thibodeau, who many people has always said has been a great coach, a very good coach. New York is live. Currently in the 7th seed spot. 500 on the year in 2020. But New York is live. RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin. This city is live for this Knicks team. Now, we don't see them going far in the playoffs. They make it. But it's good to see that the Mecca means something again. It's good to see the Mecca be live again. Madison Square Garden, where is that? It's good. It's good for the basketball world. It's good. It's very good right now. The Atlanta Hawks is in the 8th spot. Good job, by the way, hosting All-Star Day. Great job by the city of Atlanta. Great job by the Hawks organization. Thank you for that. Chicago Bulls are in the 9th spot, and Indiana Pacers are in the 10th spot. And Indiana's only a half a game ahead of Toronto. Toronto is only a half a game behind of Indiana for that 10th spot. Remember, man, I don't care. Y'all might forget it. They're going to say it 100 times. 7 through 10 is what is important right now. 7 through 10. 7 through 10. Everybody still has a shot, but I don't believe in Cleveland. The Wizards, they might start winning games again. My Magic, I have no faith in my Magic. I'm just going to say that right now. I have no faith in y'all. Everybody keep talking about the Magic trading Vucevic. Every time we trade our big men, it turns to the worst. Because they end up going on success, and we just look even more stupid for trading. You don't believe? Look at Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard has a ring with the Lakers, and he's having fun in Philly right now. You don't believe me? Ask Shaquille O'Neal. How many rings Shaquille O'Neal got? He got 3 with the Lakers and 1 with the Miami Heat. Both of them were in the finals with Orlando. Shaq and Pete and the boys got swept by Houston. Dwight Howard, Jameer Nelson and the crew lost 4-1 to the Lakers and Kobe Bryant. I need new management. I need somebody else in charge right now. Because this is not how we build it. Look at Milwaukee. A small market like Orlando. Even though Orlando's bigger because Orlando's known for Disney World. And even more known because of what the success UCF had. Nobody knows anything about Milwaukee. But they got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Back-to-back MVPs. Back-to-back top seeds in the East. They didn't make it to the finals yet. But Milwaukee all of a sudden is better than Orlando. I need new management in place in Orlando. After this season, I need new management in place. I need somebody who has the basketball IQ to scout talent and get them to Orlando. This is ridiculous. Miami Heat is back to being Miami. Jimmy Butler has brought Miami back to being Miami. They was down in the 7 range. The 6 and 7 range at the start of the second half of the season. They're in 4th right now. Jimmy Butler's not playing a game. By the way, Jimmy Butler is the reason why Miami Heat has ended Orlando. 3-point game. He gets a steal and lays it up and ends the game. Gives Orlando no chance of a comeback. Down 5 with like mere seconds left. Ends the game. Jimmy Butler has brought Miami back. Who is going to bring Orlando back? That is my question for all my Magic fans. Who is going to bring the Magic back? Until then, we never going to know. We're going to continue to suffer like we've been suffering. Shout out to Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs. They ain't been talked about. Last time we talked about them, LaMarcus Aldridge has left. They have mutually parted ways. And the Spurs are sitting in the 7th spot ahead of the Dallas Mavericks by a game. So Orlando, what y'all gonna do, man? What are y'all gonna do? Let's wait and see. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But I did say I'm not gonna take too much of your time. So real quick as we get into the college basketball round real quick. Tournament is set. It is official. We are back for March Madness. It's a beautiful thing, man. This time last year, the tournament was canceled. And it was rough. It was a rough time for the sports world. Because March Madness is where everybody comes together. But now, we have March Madness. We have a bracket. Shout out goes to the American East champs, Hartford Hawks, the American Athletic champions, the Houston Cougars, the A-10 champions, St. Bonaventure's Bonnies, the ACC champions, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets have won the ACC. The Atlanta Suns champion, Liberty Flames. The Big 12 champions, the Texas Longhorns. The Big East champion, Georgetown Hoyas. Great run by Patrick Ewing and Georgetown Hoyas. A seed in the Big East tournament, and they went all the way. They took down number 1 Villanova. They beat number 2 Creighton to win the title. Shout out to Patrick Ewing and Georgetown. The Big South champion, the East Washington Eagles. The Big South champions, the Winthrop Eagles. The Big 10 champion, Illinois Founders 99. The Big West champion, UC Santa Barbara Gauchos. The Colonia champions, Drexel Dragons. The Conference USA champions, North Texas Mean Green. Shout out to my boy Barry Man of Texas, Alex Akaza, a graduate from North Texas. So shout out goes out to you and the Mean Green for winning the Conference USA championship and getting that automatic bid to the tournament. The Horizon League champions, Cleveland State Vikings. The MAAC champions, the Iona Gales. Shout out to Coach Repetino. First year at the job, and you got the Gales to the tournament. Repetino's a hell of a coach. He's a hell of a coach. I don't care what y'all say about Rick Pitino and what happened at Louisville and his way out. Rick Pitino is one of the hell of his coaches to coach college basketball. He is up there with Mike Krzyzewski. He is up there with Tom Izzo. He is up there with Ward Williams. He is up there with Bob Knight. Show my man the respect he deserves, because he is one of the greats to coach college basketball. That is Rick Pitino. As you don't believe me, I'm going to say it again. The MAAC champions, Iona Gales, coached by Rick Pitino. First year at the helm. The MAC champions, the Ohio Bobcats. The MEAC champions, the MEAC champions, the Norfolk State Spartans. Shout out to my best friend, Linda J. Campbell, graduate from Norfolk State. Shout out goes out to the Spartans, Norfolk State. Good job. The Missouri Valley champions, Loyola Chicago Ramblers. Loyola Chicago is back. The Ramblers are back. Mountain West champions, the San Diego State Aztecs. Like I said, wasn't nobody gonna beat San Diego State. I didn't see it, and it didn't happen. They did have a scare. But they got through it, and then they handled business against Utah State doing the championship. The Northeast champions, Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers. The Ohio Valley champions, the Morehead State Eagles. Shout out to Morehead State. Good job on winning the championship. Taking out Belmont not once but twice. They did it in the regular and they did it in the final. Shout out to you guys. You took out a 26-win Belmont who missed the tournament, but I'm going to get into that on tomorrow's show. Stay tuned. Your Pac-12 champions, the Oregon State Beavers. That's right. Oregon State Beavers stole the automatic bid. Took out Oregon to get to the finals and took out Colorado to win. Patriot League Colgate Raiders. Shout out to those. ACC champions, the Alabama Christian Tide, the number 1 seed in the ACC. Your Southern champions, the UNC Greensboro Spartans. Shout out to Greensboro, North Carolina. Your Southland champions, Abilene Christian Wildcats. Shout out to Abilene Christian. Good job on making the tournament. Your SWAC SW8C champions, Texas Southern Tigers. Be careful. Texas Southern, they have been here before. Your Summit League champions, Earl Roberts Golden Eagles. They have been here before. Look out. Your Sun Belt champions, Appalachian State Mountaineers. Shout out to Appalachian State. You did it in football. Now you can have a chance to make some noise in basketball. Look at that. Appalachian State, App State. Let's go. Your West Coast champions. Who else but the Gonzaga Bulldogs? The number 1 overall team in the whole entire country. No surprising that nobody gonna beat them. BYU had the opportunity, and Gonzaga snatched it right from them. And last but not least, your WAC champions, your Grand Canyon Antelope. Shout out to Grand Canyon representing out there for the Grand Canyons out there. Shout out to you guys. You are in the tournament. Those are your conference tournament winners who had automatic bids into the NCAA tournament. Now, if you don't have your tournament brackets printed out already, go ahead and print them out. We have two ways we are doing this. One is going to be through CBS Sports. The other one is going to be through ESPN Tournament Challenge. Now, you can hop on either one if you want to. If you want to get into the CBS one, DM your boy that you want the link. I will send you the link and the password. If you want to be a part of the ESPN channel, hit your boy up in the DM, say, send me the link to the ESPN Tournament channel. We'll get you in. It's going to be fun. We already got people signing up already. Ready to go, ready to rock and roll, ready to make their brackets. Because tomorrow, live on Pipe Bomb Radio, NYC, it's a special Hoots Talk edition on Pipe Bomb Radio. I will be making my bracket live on the air. So if you're not following Pipe Bomb Radio, do so. I will put the link to the show in the show notes so that you can go follow. And that way, when we go live at 4:00 p.m. tomorrow, you will be ready to rock and roll with your boy because I'm doing it live on the air. So shout out to all conference tournament champions. Shout out to all the mid-majors that made it. Norfolk State, Appalachian State, USC Santa Barbara, Ohio Drake, East Washington, VCU, Grand Canyon, Mount St. Mary's, Texas Southern, St. Bonaventure's, UNC Greensboro, BYU, Abilene Christian, Iona, Hartford, Winthrop, North Texas, Utah State, Colgate or Roberts, Drexel, Loyola Chicago, Liberty, Moorhead, Cleveland State, San Diego State, and Gonzaga, who is the number 1 overall seed in the tournament. Shout out to all you guys. Those are your mid-majors. Then your major teams by conference. The American had 2 and the American League had 2, which is Wichita State and Houston. The ACC had 7 with Virginia, the reigning defending champ still. Florida State, North Carolina, Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, Syracuse, Clemson. The Big 12 also had 7 with Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas, West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, and Baylor. The Big East had 4. Creighton, Georgetown, UConn, and Villanova. The Big 10 had 9. Who had the most? The Big 10 with 9. Michigan, Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin, Purdue, Ohio State, Workers. Shout out to the Workers Scholar Knights who made the tournament. Michigan State. Y'all better be careful with Michigan State at the 11th seed. Y'all better be careful. And Maryland. The Pac-12 had 5 with USC, UCLA, Oregon State, Oregon, and Colorado. And the Southeastern Conference had 6 with Missouri, LSU, Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, and my Florida Gators. I'll get to my Florida Gators tomorrow. We have a tough matchup. We have a touch off at around 64. But I'll get into that tomorrow. With that being said, though, This is all about the madness. Catch me tomorrow for this special on Pipe Bomb Radio. Until then, I will catch you guys later. I'm out. Thank you guys very much for listening to another week of Hoops Talk. Now, if you want to stay updated on new episodes that's coming up for Hoops Talk, please subscribe to the podcast. And those of you who are listening on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, please leave a rate and review of the podcast. Let us know how we are doing. And for those of you who want to be updated on everything that goes on the Playmakers Blog brand, subscribe to the website, theplaymakersblog.com. That way you can see every podcast that's under the brand. And you can even get your own Playmakers Bar merch by hitting our shop tab on the website. You'll see our Threadless store and our Spreadshirt store. So get you some Playmakers Bar merch. And don't forget, subscribe to the website to stay updated on everything that goes on the Playmakers Bar brand. As for me, the Playmaker down there, Silence, I'm signing off until next week for more Hoops Talk.